You're with Julian on the Brown Note and a review of Maestro, one of the Best Picture nominees, directed by one of the more acclaimed actors of the modern era, Bradley Cooper. I think it's his second film. I'm not sure how many films he's directed, actually. And it focuses on the life of the American composer and musician Leonard Bernstein, one of the titans of 20th century music, and the person synonymous with bringing classical music to the masses in America via his 1950s TV show, and of writing one of the most acclaimed and popular musicals in history, West Side Story, and being one of the most esteemed conductors, called by some the first great American conductor. And his wife, Bradley Cooper plays Leonard Bernstein, with a controversial prosthetic nose, which I never actually noticed in the film. I did wonder why they would bother going down that road, knowing the sensibilities, but I must admit I didn't even know, I forgot about it. And Carey Mulligan, who plays Felicia Montealegre, who was his wife, and their relationship is the centerpiece of the film over many decades, where he's portrayed as a semi-closeted gay man that would indulge in numerous homosexual affairs, and where he was continually negligent towards the needs of his long-suffering wife. If there's a problem I have with this excellent film, it's a problem I have with virtually every Hollywood biopic. Joe Bloggs down the road could have a dysfunctional relationship or relationship with his kids. That's not what's special about the people in this film. And I just wonder why they focus so much on personal relationships, you know. I said recently about the Steve Jobs film, where half the film was about his estranged relationship with his daughter. As though that was anywhere near as interesting as what he did with the iPod or the iPhone or any of those things. Why do they focus on these personal relationships when they're common to a lot of other people? It's what's not common to them is why you're making a biography. There's so much focus on the relationship with Carey Mulligan. I just wondered why not, and some of it is repetitious, why not focus a lot more on some of the iconic things he did, like his TV show in the 1950s, which was credited with bringing classical music to the masses. Or, you know, the lead up to and the release of and the movie of West Side Story gets like one sentence. Aren't those things more important than his dysfunctional personal relationships? That said, it does feature two absolutely astonishing career best performances from Bradley Cooper, who has come close to winning an Oscar for acting a few times. He was incredible in American Hustle. I think that was probably his best performance up till now. And this is his finest hour, and possibly the biggest threat to Cillian Murphy, and possibly a slightly better performance. I just wonder whether Oppenheimer will get Cillian Murphy over the line, or Cillian Murphy will suffer the fate of so many, which is when a film sweeps the board at awards ceremonies, that the acting gong is given as a de facto gift to another film. And in this case, it could well be Bradley Cooper. And Carey Mulligan's got better and better over the years, and is undoubtedly the even above Bradley Cooper. Her performance here is magical. It's a performance for the ages. So Lily Gladstone and her and Emma Stone in Poor Things seem to be duking that one out. But yeah, it's difficult to say that Lily Gladstone's better than Carey Mulligan, to be honest. It feels like a performance for the ages. There's so much going on with her. She's so on point in every single look and every enunciated word throughout the whole film. Where this film really excels is Bradley Cooper's direction here is far above anything he's done before. The way that he frames scenes, which are often built around interpersonal communications and just people talking, actors talking backwards and forwards, is so brilliant here. Like some of the visual representation, particularly when it gets into color and it's in the 1970s, like the framing and everything and the camera placement and the color palettes are just amazing. He does a really good job as a director So he's like, it does so much better than I expected. Not all of the other people stand out. I thought Sarah Silverman as his sister was excellent, but I thought Maya Hawke, Ethan Hawke's daughter, again, a little bit amateurish. I didn't think she really shone, to be honest. But this really is a two-hander about Bernstein and his wife, and their relationship is, and it's really well written. Like the dialogue between them and what it reveals about their personal motivations and emotions that they're going through is spectacularly good. And you get the music, which is one for the ages, which is the music of Leonard Bernstein is a soundtrack, just a load of picks from throughout his career. I just wish they'd made it. I think one thing that Oppenheimer did so well was to focus on what was special about that man and the important historical things that happened, whereas they're all pushed to the background here. It's all about the relationship between Bradley Cooper and Carey Mulligan, virtually the whole film. And you sort of like get the odd snippet here and there. Like there's an interview he does with someone where they mention West Side Story. I think it's a sentence, and that's the only time it's mentioned in the whole film. And you think, wouldn't it be more interesting to have had like a 20-minute sequence on this pivotal moment in American musical history and one of the most pivotal in the life of Leonard Bernstein? And also his later life, where he became involved in, as a humanitarian and in AIDS charities and so on. And it goes through the I'm married to a woman but I'm gay motif over and over throughout the film. But that said, like what is focused on here is so high caliber. It really is a film about amazing music, beautiful cinematography, great writing, excellent direction, and two absolutely out of the park performances. So I'm going to do a short review of this because I've got so much to do in the show, but I'm going to give Maestro a 9 out of 10.